All right. You have to put your junk in a glory hole.
Welcome to the Deep Fried Show, episode 6. I am Vern, and we have Mr. Craig Owen, Mr.
Hello.
Redneck John Raper,
What's up?
Mr. Michael, the resident internet troll Kelleher,
Hey, what's up?
and Mr. Limp Woody himself, Stephen Woods. Throwing it up for Nanu. Recap of last week's show, we did a favorite song that most people would find embarrassing for you to like. And Redneck John won with a Nick Lachey song. And then we spun that off into a YouTube playlist, Spam Fest.
And it was semi-funny.
It was money.
Worth the price of admission.
And if you notice, we don't have our resident professional world champion softball player this week, Mr. Dusty King. He may join us later. Do not know.
We may have a special guest spectator as well, DBT Guitar himself, but he will neither be seen nor heard.
You will see his avatar picture.
That's right.
As far as this week's show goes, we don't really have anything lined up, so we're going to wing it and see how it goes. Sorry to all three of you.
Well, look, can I start with a story?
Yes.
Okay. Tonight, this actually happened this evening. All right, my fiance and I were at Costco, and we'd just been to get some dog treats and, go around do the whole Costco round trip where you go eat all the samples and all that good stuff. So we were about to come back through and go check out. So she wanted to stop and look at DVDs and the books and all that on the way out. So we stopped by and we were looking at books, DVDs, and they had this, this big nice collection for like $380 for like all-time great movies or something. So right next to it, backstory, for Christmas she had wanted to learn French or whatever, so I bought her the French Rosetta Stone, and I was like, and so in Costco they had the Spanish Rosetta Stone on sale for like $300. And I was like, it's a pretty good deal. $300 for the Rosetta Stone. She's like, what, you want to learn Spanish? I was like, yeah, that'd be good. She's like, no, you know what? If you wanna make a lot of money, and you want to maybe get a good job or whatever, you should learn like Chinese or Japanese. I was like, whatever. I was like, then, we started talking a little bit more, and all of a sudden, she said, it would be really funny to see you talking Chinese or Japanese, and so I started going, and across the aisle, looking at me dead in the eye, was this Asian dude. he had no idea he thought I was like making fun of him.
And he didn't know what you were saying.
No, he just heard you call his name.
I might have asked him for some sugar or something. I don't know. But I was going, ta-ta-ka, and I made direct eye contact with about a 50-year-old Asian guy. Sorry about dropping that nuke, dude. My bad. But I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, Woods, how was your tot walk?
Oh, that was great, man. Nothing like getting up at 6:30 on Saturday morning and strolling your kid around for 3 miles for no reason. So,
with your lovely wife and your lovely mother who pretend like they liked each other, at least for one picture.
Yeah. Can't beat that.
Yeah.
You fake it better than I do.
What'd you say, Rick?
I said you fake it better than I do. Yeah, I'm happy.
So we should go with one of the topics Raper was so adamant about. Raper, tell us what you hate about your wife.
Well, the bad thing is you guys are going to leave me out there fishing.
I've got one.
I bet. Well, Woods won't.
didn't have to be that bad. Talking to Vern about it last night on the way home from racquetball. One thing, a pet peeve that pisses me off about my wife is she's the worst cleaner you could ever imagine. She doesn't do anything around the house. So about once every 16 days, she'll walk in and some of the kids' toys will be in the floor, and she'll be like, "This house is a disaster." And then she'll just go into mega B mode, just go crazy, growling at everybody. I'm like, well, you never clean. This is once a month, and all of a sudden, what did you expect? That pisses me off that day.
Yeah, you think with her having what, 6 years? How long have y'all been married?
10 years.
10.
10. Just think, her having 10 years of being a stay-at-home housewife, she at least learned to run the vacuum.
She had me trained. She trained me pretty well, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I guess
If you want clean clothes, you better wash them.
So, Mike, what do you? What's your pet peeves about your significant other?
No, about your mom.
Mom didn't cut the edges
I don't
off
think I
my
really have
toast this
one.
morning.
She doesn't cut my sandwich anymore.
I encountered one this morning. For some reason, my wife will not flush the damn toilet when she pisses.
If it's yellow, let it mellow.
I'm just like, you go in there in the morning and
If it's brown, flush it down.
It smells like a damn
Smell like onion.
cesspool. And I'm just like, why can't you flush? She's like, I don't want to wake up Abby.
You know that first morning. You
my
know that
God.
first morning pee stinks too.
Oh, it's nasty.
Smell like onions.
Oh yeah, sounds like when you eat that asparagus.
Oh,
Hey, coffee piss smells pretty good.
yeah.
How's it taste?
A bit nutty.
Hey, Mike, tell us something creepy you found on the internet this week.
Actually, I've got a little something I wrote up.
Let's go.
He wrote up.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'm kind of new to this. I'm like the new player, right? So I've written 3 things about myself, and I'm going to read them. And I want you guys to tell me if they're true or false. Some of them are true, some of them are false.
Okay.
Okay? So we're going to start with the first
True.
one. Okay, here goes. When I was 13 years old, I convinced a 15-year-old girl to flash me underwater at a community swimming pool for $26 and a mini disc player.
You got an obsession with the mini disc player.
That is true.
I'm gonna say that's true because he
I'm
does
gonna
like the
say-
mini disc.
I'm actually going to say false because
True.
everything false he says involves a mini disc player.
About you, John? What's your guess?
Oh, I said true.
Okay.
He's 13.
So we got 2 trues and
True.
yeah.
The correct answer is false. All right. This is the
Craig
second
nailed
one.
that one.
This will go quick. In elementary school, my mom signed me up for women's field hockey, and I was forced to attend at least one practice until I was allowed to quit to prove I didn't like it.
True.
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 Craig?
I don't know your mom well enough to understand this. Women's field hockey.
Yes.
How old were you?
She didn't know it.
I was in elementary school. I think I was 11.
Is this when
Did
you were
she not-
living in Pennsylvania?
Yep.
Did she,
Pennsylvania.
did she not know it was for women?
What's that?
What did she not know it was for women?
She had to have known because it said women's. I mean, there was only women's field hockey.
I'm gonna say false.
True.
It was true, man. I was forced to go to women's field hockey practice.
Is that why you like guys now?
All right.
Maybe
third
that's
one.
why you're so feminine, is because you have a vagina.
Third one. In high school, I was banned from using computers my senior year for abusing my privileges.
True.
False.
True.
It was true. I was.
I knew that. That's easy.
How did you abuse your
Mike was
privileges?
trolling. Mike's a troll from way back in the day.
Were you looking at?
No, like
Lim-
so. I was in the computer
Lemon,
lab,
whatever y'all say.
and they had this little like program that would run on computers. It was called NetSend, and if you went to a command prompt, you could type like NetSend, and then somebody's username, and then it would send them a message. And like I found it out, nobody knew about it, so I was like sending people messages like, I'm watching you. And like everybody started getting freaked out, and then I told some people about it, and then everybody started doing it. And then some kid was like, hey Mike, he's like, I dare you to send it to everybody. Like if you do like a star, you would send it to everybody on the network. So I did like net send star, like hello, and I sent it, and it went to everybody in the high school, and then also everybody in the elementary school. So that was like 900 computers. And then they caught me, and then they're like, you can't use computers anymore. Oh, and then they made me clean.
Boy, Jim.
They made me clean the cafeteria. So like my friends are eating lunch, and for 2 weeks I had to go to the cafeteria and like mop and like sweep and stuff as my friends were eating lunch. Isn't that like?
Is this in Belgium?
Yeah, but it's an American high school, so.
I'm so old. When I was in a senior in high school, I don't think we had internet.
No, we didn't.
No, we did.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you, Vern. What is, if I want to, for somebody to see the show, what do I tell them to go to? YouTube, Deep Fried Show?
Yeah.
You can go to deepfriedshow.com.
Yeah, all the episodes are on deepfriedshow.com.
Yeah, youtube.com/
The Deep Fried Show.
The Deep Fried Show.
Lemonparty.org.
Lemonparty.org.
Yeah, all the shows. The easiest thing would be to go to deepfriedshow.com.
Yep.
Okay, I'm fixing to tweet AJ McCarron.
Shit. Drinking another one.
Might as well tweet Philip Sims. He might actually make the show.
Hey, tweet Dan Marino.
Freddie Kitchens.
No, we don't want Dan Marino on this show.
You don't want a winner? You don't want
A winner?
Yeah. You don't want the best quarterback in the NFL ever?
He may be that, but he's
not a winner.
He has got an AFC Championship ring, boy.
Yeah, he's got that. Yeah, he's got that. That would
was
suck. Like that would suck to go to like the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl your rookie year. Wasn't it his rookie year?
This is rookie year, yeah.
And then play 20 years and never make it back. He never even sniffed it.
No, he got to like the AFC conference finals, and that was it.
Well, speaking of, no, he got to the Super Bowl.
Not again.
Oh no, not again.
Not after the
but
first year.
speaking of sniffing it, did anybody watch Backdoor Teen Mom after last week?
Nope.
No.
Only you, Craig.
Did you watch it again?
No, I didn't watch it.
Again?
Again.
Is there a toolbox thing that says liar?
No, seriously, I've seen like 5 minutes, whatever that little clip off of Gawker was. That's all I watched.
All right, what's the most trouble y'all have gotten into at school?
Oh, and do you remember when we were in high school? I guess it was your senior year, and we had weightlifting. I guess it was 6th period out in the field house, and this was after basketball and everything was over. It was during baseball season. And one day it was like coming a freaking torrential downpour.
The people
and so like me and you and Grissom.
I think Grissom got paddled.
And Grissom and like two other people held the field house door shut, and like people were getting like drenched outside. Well, Coach Thompson was one of them.
He wasn't even an official employee of the school.
No, he wasn't.
Was he? No.
So
it's just guys who came up and beat up, just like the paddle kids, pretty much.
After like 5 minutes, we finally just like let go of the door and then took off running, like scattered amongst the crowd that was already in there. Yeah. And so Coach Thompson comes in. He's soaking wet. And he's all just ill as a hornet. And he's like screaming out, "Who held the door? Who held the door?" Well, nobody would rat us out. I mean, I was surprised. Like nobody ratted us out. And so he was like, "All right, everybody line up. Everybody's going to get paddled until I find out who did that." So everybody lined up. Well, like, me and Grissom went up to him and were like, "Look, Coach Thompson, we got baseball going on, and we didn't have anything to do with this." He goes, "Well, if you didn't have anything to do with it, I suggest you get out." It's like me and Grissom and Owen and like the other two guys, we left. And everybody in there got paddled. Except the ones who did it.
Actually, I don't think I was involved in that.
Oh, yes, you were.
Was I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't really remember that, but I do remember Chris.
I distinctly remember me and you and Grissom being three of the ones holding the door, and none of the three of us got a paddling.
Like you were holding it closed?
Yeah, you know, it was that push door with the little bar that goes across it. We were just like holding it shut.
So he couldn't get.
So they couldn't get in. They were getting rained on. Like, I mean, it was pouring down rain. And so everybody that had nothing to do with it got paddling, and the ones who did it left.
That sounds about right. When I was in junior high school, I got in trouble for mooning the high school bus, and on the window I wrote, or I held up a piece of paper. It said something very ugly.
How old were you?
I was in eighth grade, and I didn't think the
Tell us.
brewer. It just so happened that the brewer bus driver recognized me, and I didn't know that she knew me. And so
She snitched on you.
yes, she snitched on me, and I had to stay after school for 2 weeks and clean, and I got kicked off the bus for the whole year.
Tell us the rest of the story. Why you were actually had your pants down. You were waiting on the Udi. Wasn't that the last name of that family that was up there?
Yep, Jason.
That
Was it
like
Jason Udi?
Participated in bestiality.
Yeah, Roundtree Udi, Edward Udi.
Roundtree.
Edward Udi.
Dude's name's
Edward Udi.
Roundtree.
It's his nickname. Edward Udi was a guy who famously rode his lawnmower up and down Morgan City all the time. You could
Beautiful
always see
flag.
Edward Udi on a motor, not on a
Lawnmower.
lawnmower. Thank
Murray.
you.
Murray.
Murray.
It was. I think it was a Murray.
One time when I was in shop class, Randy St. John, there was this kid who had a stuttering problem,
God rest his soul.
and for some reason, I don't know, we wanted to pick on him, so I got this, it's like a C-clamp, and I stuck it on his crotch, and clamped it down, and St. John came in and saw me do it right when I was doing it, and if you ever got paddled by St. John, dear
He paddled
God,
pretty hard.
Then he made love to you like a schoolboy.
yeah.
I got a gruesome story about St. John's class. When I was in 7th grade, there was this 8th grade kid named Jonathan Schofield, and nobody really liked this kid. Like, he was, I don't know. He was in one of the EC classes, I guess you'd call it, John. If they still got that, I don't know.
What does it
Anyway,
say?
emotionally conflicted.
Emotionally conflicted, a troublemaker.
So, like, he was a troublemaker, and like social situations were not good for him, and that kind of thing.
I get nervous in social situations.
So, St. John had that belt sander, and if you know what a belt sander is, it's got like two like wheel-looking things on each side, and then the belt that goes around it, it's like sandpaper coated, and it rotates in a circle, and it's got this bar in the middle of it where you like hold wood down to like grind it down to an angle.
Oh, I know what's coming.
So he had that
I
thing turned
know.
up on high, and he was taking his hand and he was just slapping the belt as it would spin. Well, all of a sudden he slapped it, and that belt caught grip on his hand and pulled his hand up into that bar and grinded the skin off of his fingers, like three of them, down to the bone.
pads?
Like
Oh,
everything from everything from the fingernail to the tip was gone. Like nerves and everything were hanging out the end of it.
Never did really get in any big trouble.
Nah,
I
Larry,
do have
like-
a couple of St. John stories.
Oh, St. John.
You remember like if you cut out the little wheel pattern with a little circular saw, he had those wheels,
Yeah.
and St. John always carried around that little long wooden stick.
Mm-hmm.
And Sandra Romine, colored girl, back in the days, that was
What?
Jerry Carroll days.
What kind of girl?
Colored.
What
Colored.
color?
She was African American.
Burnt sienna.
And, they would wear, that was back in the days where they all had the Jerry curl,
When
she'd
they
have
said
it
colored
slicked down.
girls.
He would always come in and take that stick and just start twirling it in her hair and say, "What you got in your hair?" You get fired for that stuff today,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
big time.
yo, greasy hair.
Just noticed, is somebody behind you, Vern?
Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy's watching Grey's Anatomy. She's catching up on her Grey's Anatomy.
It's family room.
Yeah.
Kids must
Pretty
be
nice
in
little
bed.
Friday night. That's pretty quaint, pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. We have multiple computers, all of our YouTube money.
YouTube money. Make it rain, Nicholas!
Craig's rolling in the money from that pull-up video.
Mike, you got the shape. You like the elephant man.
What?
Nice job, Craig, Mr. Clutch.
Sorry, man. My call ended.
Craig, how much money have you made from that pull-up video on YouTube?
About $150.
And you've gotten how many views?
Like 85,000.
Jeez. So we need to get a viral video going.
Mm-hmm. We gotta do something stupid.
Oh yeah, we do.
So this lady won $1 million apparently on Wheel of Fortune. Like, let's see, was it California woman becomes second winner ever to take home $1 million.
$1 million.
So that spurs on the question, and I'll aim this more toward Mike because me and Craig and Wiz kind of already talked about it. And it might not apply as well to Mike as it does to us because he still lives at home. But Mike, if you could win or have given to you $1 million guaranteed, tax-free, or a 50-50 shot to win $10 million, which one would you take?
I'd take the million.
Take the easy way out, huh? What about you, Craig?
Definitely the million.
This is $1 million versus a chance at $10 million?
Yep.
Easy. I'd take $1 million.
Okay. So the next one, if somebody were to come to you and say, I'll pay off all your debt, including your house or whatever you may have, or you get a 50-50 shot at $1 million, what would you take?
That one is super easy. I would definitely take the million. No, sorry. I would definitely take the get all my stuff paid off. Because if all my stuff was paid off, then I could do what I wanted to do. And, if that was a success, I could, it's quite feasible that I can make more than $1 million. Either way, you don't have any bills, so you'll be living fine.
Are you with us, John?
My computer, my wife's computer,
Wookie,
is on the way out. So
okay.
it automatically, this is what it's doing right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, it just automatically decided to shut down and configure network settings.
Interesting.
As
So
you
the
can see,
the
it's
so
talking
the
to the mic, but I'm using my phone.
so the question, John, was there was some woman won $1 million on Wheel of Fortune apparently in the last day or two. So the question was, if somebody gave you an opportunity to just give you $1 million tax free, or gave you a 50-50 chance to win $10 million, which one would you take?
$1 million.
Okay, that seems to be everybody's pretty quick answer to that one. So if somebody came to you and said, I will pay off all your debt to zero, everything that you have, or I'll give you a 50-50 shot at $1 million, which one would you take?
Pay off all my debt.
Yeah, that was Craig's answer too, and that would probably be mine. So then the question would be, what level of money would it take for you to turn down the opportunity to have all your debt paid to take a 50-50 shot at winning X amount of money?
$10 million.
Keep in mind, it's a 50-50 shot.
$10 million.
So it would take $10 million for Craig to turn down guaranteed no debt?
Yep. Because once you add that extra digit on there, that is rare air, and it'd be worth the chance.
Boy, it would stink, though, if you landed on tails and didn't win it. You're still stuck with all that debt.
Well, still, your life is the same as what it is now.
That's true. That's true. But think how much easier it would be if you had no debt.
Oh, if you had no debt, the salary that you made now would be awesome.
Yep. Mike is having fun with his webcam. Mike, what would you take?
I don't have any debt right now, so I'd probably take the other one.
You look like an alien.
It doesn't have any settings on right
But
now.
let's also note that. No, I'm not gonna,
You like the
put
dude
it out
for the
there like
Goonies.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Hey, you guys.
This is actually it. I don't have any settings going right now.
Yeah.
That's actually what
That's
mine
just your
looks like.
face. That's just your face.
His
Yeah.
other settings.
Thanks,
Very
a-holes.
much.
Craig, what's the hardest part about rollerblading?
Rollerblade.
The hardest part about probably
Rollerblading.
is it something like tell your parents you're gay?
You have heard the joke before, yes.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that was.
News report: Tim Tebow may be done.
Oh, what happened to the CFL?
What do you think, Craig? Did he get a raw deal from the Jets?
I think he's a terrible quarterback. I think Tim Tebow now he's letting his pride get to him because he's not a good quarterback. He needs to play if he legitimately wants to play in the NFL, then he needs to be an H back, a tight end / running back, because he throws like a girl pretty much. He's a great running back. He's a good guy. He's a great running back. But he's pretty much a terrible quarterback. So no, he didn't get a raw deal, in my opinion. Because NFL, people in the NFL, you know what? They get paid to win. Mm-hmm. And if people thought that he was the right person for the job and he was valuable to a team and could help them win, then he'd have a quarterback job. But he is not good.
He's not. When he played Alabama in the SEC championship game, the game they won, he was all day on the money. And he actually won the game by being spot on his passes.
Well,
he can't even simulate that in the NFL. I mean, he can't hit an open guy.
No, see, the thing people hang on to is he had those big flashy wins, at the end of games. What people, other than that Pittsburgh game in the playoffs, which he legitimately played well, these games were like 10-6 games, right? They couldn't move the ball the whole game. It was their defense keeping them in the game because Tim Tebow did nothing the whole game. And then at the very end, the defense would get tired, and it would be like the offense had an extra player because the quarterback would essentially become the running back, right? So they essentially you've got an extra blocker in there. And so you've got a tired defense with a basically a running back at quarterback, kind of like Alabama did the one year where we were playing South Carolina and we couldn't do anything, so we just put Mark Ingram in to run the Wildcat. I mean, that's essentially what happened, and probably, all except for the one win that Tebow had, or
But what I was, referring to was, do you not remember that SEC championship game where they beat us? I mean, he was. Every pass. We had great coverage, and it was within a centimeter of where the ball needed to be. If you can do that one game, how can you not simulate that just somewhat every now and then? He can't hit an open guy.
NFL DBs are so good.
It's it's just different.
We were in perfect position. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with Tebow can have a guy wide open down the field right now, and he would. What the hell was his name?
No, I'll tell you that. Wait, no.
Quarterbacks now. Brody Crowley. He's going to miss him by 5 yards every time.
As far as when they were playing Florida, when he was at Florida, he had Aaron Hernandez, right?
Yeah. So like he's got crappy receivers in the NFL.
But no,
D'Anthony Thomas.
But he can't. But they're faster now, and he can't get it to him. But Aaron Hernandez was kind of. He could come back for a ball, or he could fall for a ball.
I understand what you're saying, and both of you guys it's a different level. I understand that.
Yes.
He was spot on.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Yeah.
He hasn't even come close to that in the NFL.
He's not. That's because he's not a good quarterback.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, how did he do what he did in that game, but yet he's so terrible at the next level? I could be a better NFL quarterback than him.
Man. It's just one of those things, man.
Cheat codes.
I've never played quarterback in my life, and I could throw the ball in the NFL better than Tebow.
I'm not arguing that. I don't know that that's not true.
Yeah, it's probably not true, but it's sad.
But like Tebow, man, he's an excellent athlete. Seems to be a great guy. He's like one of the he's genuine good guys, not just bullcrap good guy. But he's just
Right. He's authentic.
it's the wrong position in
Why
NFL.
does he change down position?
He may not. I mean, he may. I can understand if he only wants to be a quarterback, because NFL, it would suck to just get hit all the time, right? If you're not the quarterback, then it's not going to be as fun. It's going to be
I'd
more
do it for
physical.
$1 million a year at my size.
I think he could play. I think he could play running back. What's that guy's name? Danny Woodhead.
Oh, for Patriots?
Oh, he plays for the Chargers now. He signed with the Chargers, but he's like a little white dude. He's not fast. So Tim Tebow's bigger than him.
Oh,
I'm sure he could take a handoff 3.5 yards just as good as Danny Woodhead.
He's going to take a lot of beating, though. He probably doesn't want that. Think about it, though. If you're Tim Tebow, $1 million a year is nothing, right? When you're not playing football, you're going to have so many people want you to work for them. $1 million is not even going to be.
Not to mention how many places he could go speak and stuff and get paid.
Exactly. You've got because places like ESPN and Fox Sports.
I don't know. I might quit watching ESPN if they were to hire him.
Well, they're gonna have him as an analyst. He's gonna be a guest speaker here. He transcends sports. Like he would be even like a Today Show guy. You know what I mean?
If he has a bad show, do you think he's going to get up in front of the camera afterwards and cry and promise never to do it again?
What if they had him and Jesse Palmer and that one? That was
it'd be a great show.
What?
Tim Tebow, Bachelor.
Hey, it would.
That would be a great show.
Yeah, that would be a ratings bonanza.
You know how much they should pay
ratings.
him? They should pay him $50 million to do that.
That would get huge ratings.
That would get huge ratings for real.
That would be outrageous. That's a great idea.
That is a great idea. We should take a big fat loan
Call
out and put
Tim
that
Tebow right
together.
now.
Yeah, make that happen, Craig.
Man, that's money right there, man. Oh, speaking of, hold on, wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know it's coming. That was what? Money.
Money.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh.
No. You know what kills me about you, Craig,
What's that?
on this show is you're kind of like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. you keep grasping that mic. And it just cracks me up. I don't know what to do.
Have y'all seen the video for Prancercizing?
I don't know that. That sounds like sissy exercising. Is that what it is?
I don't know where they got this from, but it's terrible. Hang on a second. Here it is.
Hello, I'm
Kelleher
Kelly
is
Rohrbeck
gone.
from Prancercise LLC, and I'm here today to show you the 4 modes of Prancercise.
Can everybody see that?
My ankle
Oh,
weights
yeah.
in place, and my music's ready.
No.
So let's stop
I can see
talking
it
and do
myself. I
some
can read
walking.
it myself.
Boy, she got a hard Cameltoe. Holy moly. Jeez.
I don't see it.
Click on the YouTube thing, John.
Oh my
Click back on
God,
Facebook. I
she's
got
got
videos.
the deepest Cameltoe I've ever seen.
This is called Prancercizing.
Wow. I can't not look at the Cameltoe. I think this is what this is. This should be Cameltoeing.
She switches it up here in a minute. This was on the Huffington Post yesterday.
This is comedy, right?
Okay, now
No.
I'm going to step up the pace a little bit with the Prancercise trot. It's really hot.
This is comedy. This is not real, is it? She
I
doesn't
think
have
it's
a
real.
workout
I think it's
clothes.
real to her.
Holy crap. That is the deepest Cameltoe I've ever seen. Oh my gosh.
So she does that for a minute.
This is not real.
That's called the gallop.
How many views does this have?
I don't know.
On our wrist.
There's your close-up, Greg.
So that I can show you the Prancercized box or shadow box prance. It's better to be punching into space than in your face.
And why is she wearing like formal clothing?
Dude, I have no idea.
She's wearing like a diamond necklace.
Yeah.
That's not even like recent
you can,
formal clothing. That's like from the 80s formal clothing.
You can buy the Prancercized video. Just swipe.
Yeah, her name's like
swipe her vagina.
Joanna Rohrback. She's a real estate agent from Coral Springs, Florida.
Wow.
Prancing her way to internet celebrity status.
I don't think this is what she was wanting. The NBA playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, the Miami Heat are up 3-2 on the Indiana Pacers. It's going back to Indiana for Game 6. Who thinks the Pacers will win this series? Does anybody think the Pacers?
I do not.
Do not?
No.
I do
way.
not.
What about Game 6? Do you think they'll win Game 6?
I think they'll win
Yes.
Game 6.
Nope.
But part of me thinks that Miami's going to close it out. But only like 25% of me.
Which 25%?
My left leg.
Miami wins at home, Game 7 by 12.
My lower left trunk.
It's either Miami wins in Indiana convincingly, or they'll win at home in Game 7 by 10
So
to
who
15 points.
do you think is going to win the NBA Finals then?
Miami.
Miami. I don't think San Antonio will match up with them as well as Indiana.
Indiana actually matches up with Miami better than probably any team in the NBA.
Chicago when they're healthy.
Well, the main problem.
Chicago had Jalen Rose.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah, excuse me, their alien head, Jalen Rose.
Yeah, Chicago and Indiana will give Miami fits next year. Indiana's already given them fits.
You know what a rumor is?
What?
It is just a rumor, but Dwight Howard and Chris Paul to Atlanta.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know. They say Chris Paul is trying to get a coach that he likes. They interviewed Byron Scott.
In L.A.?
Yeah, no. Yeah, the Clippers.
Yeah, the Clippers. Yeah, they say that more than likely Chris Paul is going to stay with the Clippers, but one of those rumors that have been floated out because Atlanta has the cap space was Howard and Chris Paul to Atlanta. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Maybe they'd have more than 5 people at the games.
You know what? I just really like the NBA from the 80s and 90s. So much.
Man, I watched it so much. Well, I'll be honest with you. To the NBA of today
Horny,
is
what I used to call him. Go ahead, talk to him.
the NBA of today is as close to being like the NBA was when we were kids. There was like a lull, like in the early '90s, or not early '90s, probably mid '90s, whenever Jordan quit for about 5 years.
Late 90s,
NBA
early 2000s.
Yeah, you could not watch it. The NBA sucked.
It did go stale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in '95 when Carmelo came in the league, it was pretty stale.
Yeah, come on, I see. I was
pretty
covering
awful.
NBA Live
I
'95.
tell you what, man, the damn charging calls now, though.
Oh, it's terrible. It's like watching soccer.
I hate the NBA's refereeing now.
Who back or here's a good scenario. Who was the Barry Sanders of the NBA at that moment in time? I'm going to say Tim Hardaway of Golden State.
He was pretty good.
What is the Barry Sanders of the NBA?
You know, 'cause
mean?
Barry Sanders was on a terrible team.
Like,
So was
amazing player on
So was
just a
Tim
shitty
Hardaway.
team. Well, he had
Charles
Chris
Barkley.
Mullin, though. Chris Mullin was on the Dream Team.
yeah, but he was a shooter. Tim Hardaway was awesome.
His
What about Charles
crossover was
Barkley?
nasty. Yeah, Charles Barkley too with the Sixers.
Charles Barkley was was he 6'4"?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
played in the post in the NBA, and
Was a dominant Hall of Fame player.
Who was the Phoenix Suns point guard?
Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson.
He was good.
Remember when he dunked on Akeem
Dan Marley
Olajuwon?
was like their second or third best player.
He hit nine, and Marley, he hit 9 threes in the playoff game, NBA Finals that year. Yeah, Barkley took the Suns. Barkley took the Suns to the finals and played Chicago to 6 games.
He was old.
I would say Sean Kemp on the
Sean
Sonics.
Kemp? Oh,
Gary Payton. He had Gary Payton.
But he had Gary Payton.
And Nate McMillan.
Who?
And Xavier McDaniel.
Let's see, who else?
Dominique Wilkins.
Oh, I love Wilkins, man.
He was my favorite player.
I cannot name a single other player from the Hawks.
Oh,
Doc Rivers.
Oh, well,
Doc Rivers.
Randy Brewer.
Did Doc Rivers
John Concac.
You can't believe you said Concac. I was a Hawks fan. So you had Kevin Willis, Tree Rollins.
Oh yeah, Kevin Willis. Guns.
Oh yeah, Kevin Willis. That's right.
Tree Rollins.
I say Rick Smits for the Indiana Pacers.
Oh man.
Detlef
Shrimp
in the NBA in those years was Bill Laimbeer of the Detroit Pistons.
Man, I hated him.
He's like a 6'10" Tyler Hansbrough.
Everybody hated him. Yeah, everybody hated him. Okay, here's a topic. Favorite childhood cartoon?
He-Man.
I figured Vern was going to go with He-Man.
Second close would be Ninja Turtles.
I had 2 that are really close. Thundercats and Voltron.
Oh, Voltron.
Oh, you took mine, Owen. That was my number 1, Voltron. I love that.
About Voltron.
Love Voltron, man.
I got another one related to that, but I'll let somebody else go and see if they get it.
Craig, do you still like that Heavy Metal cartoon?
I never watched it.
You never watched Heavy Metal?
I don't even know what that means.
He's got that grin on his face.
Has anybody here ever seen Heavy Metal?
No.
It's got naked women in it in cartoons, right?
It was a movie, I think. I think there were a couple.
I think it was.
Wiz, what were your favorite cartoons?
Y'all named 3 of them. I liked G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah.
DuckTales.
DuckTales. I did every now and then. You know, it's hard to beat Looney Tunes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Looney Tunes are really good. Looney Tunes are fun.
What about Transformers? Anybody watch Transformers?
I watched Transformers.
Yeah, I did.
Absolutely.
I watched them when I was like a teenager too.
I think He-Man was the best.
He-Man was good. I like.
By the power of Grayskull.
I have the power.
You know, I never ever got into He-Man. Never did.
I had every He-Man figure.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did. I never got into.
Did you have that Two-Face one?
Yeah.
Well, you spin the top of his
Skeletor.
head.
Had Skeletor, had Cyclops.
Skeletor.
I actually had the Castle of Grayskull.
Oh.
It was huge.
Did you have that little spider dude? It was like a...
I don't even remember. I even had She-Ra. I had a bunch of them.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I had all the Ninja Turtles. I had the Turtle Van. All that stuff.
I got into Ninja. I think Ninja Turtles was a little bit after I was into the...
Except for the video game.
Yeah. The most you have ever weighed. 230 pounds.
203 for me.
Oh my god.
203. What does everybody weigh right now?
The most I've ever weighed is 251 pounds.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but he's 6'4".
51.
He's 6'4" though.
I weigh about 232 now or something like that.
See, I was like 5'10", 230.
That's chubby.
Yeah, I was 6'3", 251 at my best.
This morning I was 183.
180. I'd take
So
183.
you've lost 50 pounds?
I have.
That's a lot of pounds.
It is.
I think I'm like 160 maybe.
Jeez.
So what have you, Raper? What have you? What did you do to lose the weight?
Run.
That's it.
Why do you
Start
want to
running?
lose more weight, right?
I would like to get down to 170.
Ooh. 13
more pounds.
Mm-hmm. Well,
today
was a heavy day. I usually weigh 181.
Would you be able to lose that extra 11 pounds just simply by running, or would you have to make more diet changes?
Diet changes.
That's the hardest part for me.
The diet is the hardest part.
If I would change my eating and drinking habits, I would definitely lose. I'd be like Mike. I'd be around 160.
Well, I'm at my heaviest, 211.
211.
211 now?
Beefcake! Beefcake!
11.
I knew Raper would like that.
Let's see, I graduated high school, I was 135.
God dang, dude. That's almost like an extra person.
Yeah, that's like 70-something pounds.
Yeah, but
That's like a little girl.
135.
A little girl.
Gosh dang, Woods, you really are a fat.
Woods is 135 pounds at the time. It could bench press like 60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, what's everybody's max bench press ever?
265.
265, that's pretty good.
I did that when I weighed 150.
What'd you say, Ray?
225.
You did 2 plates?
About you, Craig?
It was either 300 or 305.
Was that in high school?
Yeah, when I was a junior in high school. It was when I had I'd had knee surgery and all I could do was lift weights.
Yeah, but Chris House, did any of y'all have Coach House? He's the one that made me the strongest.
Yeah.
He's the one that got me to 225.
That's exactly the class I was in. I was partners with Sean Jones and Jason Ramo. No. Let me.
They were over 300. I remember.
Let me rephrase that. They went over 300, and I was like 295.
Yeah, because I remember that. And then Wesley Fowler over there, 6'7", he was doing like 115 and crying. Like, dude, you're a freaking fool.
No, Wesley, he probably sprained his ankle bench pressing.
Got a blister.
He got a blister.
I can't even count how many times on my hands that I walked in the locker room and he'd be icing his damn leg
and crying with a towel on his head. This is not something I'm proud of, but I cussed him out in the locker room one day for that because I had a rolled ankle and he had a rolled ankle and somebody else did. We're in the locker room icing it, and we're just sitting there talking with our ankle on a bucket, me and whoever the other dude was, and all of a sudden we just hear. I look over there and he's got the towel on his head and he's just crying. I'm like, dude, you're up, and I just let it go. Imagine you and the boys hanging out and you just hear.
I remember I was in 7th grade and we were playing baseball against Kateka, I guess whatever Kateka's team was, and I beamed Wesley when I was pitching, and he got on the mound. I was on the mound. He got to first base and he started crying.
Yep, he would cry.
Let's do a would you rather. Let's think of one.
I don't have Dusty here to tell a joke.
Let's see. Okay, let's set it up a little bit.
Would you rather get herpes from Raper's mom or get herpes from Steven's mom?
Well, considering my mother, I've been around the block a few times.
Owen always has to interrupt. Wiz is working on something. There comes Owen. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
Vern, what are your 3 favorite video games? Well, let's see. I'm ready for my 3.
No, Vern, you messed it up. You should have went, I'm ready.
He unplugged his mic.
Do it like Craig here.
Caress it.
Talk a little bit like this, like with my Barry White voice while I caress my microphone. Yeah.
Okay, I've got one.
Let's hear it.
All right. You know those when you dip bananas in chocolate, those frozen bananas you dip in chocolate. Okay. Would you rather eat a frozen banana dipped in diarrhea, or would you rather eat a Twinkie filled with pus from a bunch of zits being popped?
I'm going with the Twinkie, man. I'm not doing diarrhea. Sorry.
Okay. So
That is disgusting. A pus-filled Twinkie over a diarrhea dip banana. Give me the pus. I'm not doing the diarrhea.
Okay. There might be a little blood in there too. You know when you pop
I don't
it,
care.
Sometimes blood comes out.
I don't care. There's gonna be blood in that diarrhea too.
Well, think about this. Here's what I'm thinking. You're going to be less concentrated with the diarrhea.
That's true.
You're gonna get E. coli with the diarrhea.
Well, it's going to be less concentrated. But you're going to gag so much you're going to throw it up immediately anyway. The pus might actually have a good flavor, so I'm going to go with pus.
The diarrhea-soaked banana would never make it to your mouth. The smell you would never be able to put that in your mouth.
No, it's frozen. It's dipped. It may not smell.
The diarrhea is frozen?
Yeah,
That is disgusting. It's going to melt in your mouth.
Oh.
That's
That was a good
pretty
one.
good. That is a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's disturbingly disgusting.
John, you didn't answer. John, you're muted or something. I think I heard him moving his mic around, but I don't hear him talking.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't hear him.
Mike, what's your choice on that?
I'd probably go with the banana. That Twinkie. Ugh.
Yeah, but you have to look at what's going to do less bodily harm. The diarrhea could actually, like Vern said, give you some E. coli. I don't know what the pus could do. So
Also give you AIDS.
You might get a staph infection.
Let's say the diarrhea is sterile. You know that the diarrhea will not cause any.
Oh,
Yeah.
easy diarrhea then.
And you don't know the pus?
Well, shall we wrap it up? What's the time?
playing.
All right.
All right.
Anybody got anything else?
Let's cut it.
Mike, you have anything to send us on our way?
See you guys next week.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Fried Show.
See you guys later.
Yep,
Yeah,
we'll do it again next week.
Join up for the edited content. We'll take out about 45 minutes of dead air.
All right, this is Craig Owen,
Craig Owen,
Redneck John.
AJ McCarran, you need to come on the show.
Me, I'm Vern, signing off. Mr. Kelleher,
See ya.
Alien Head, and Mr. Limp Woody. This is Deep Fried Show. We are out.
number 6.
DeepFriedShow.com.